Another day, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching the Big Bang Theory. This is a 23rd episode of the 6th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, this is available for free, and link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. I can't believe this is the second to last episode of the season. We've actually had like no build-up of a storyline, do you know what I mean? Last season it was interesting because we had the whole wedding, the bachelor party, the bachelorette party, which didn't actually happen, but they obviously how we're going into space as well. We had so much of potentially going on towards the end of the season. It was like exciting to, think how we're going to conclude the, season 5. And then we go into this season and we just had our normal episodes kind of just going bang, bang, bang as we do across with no like story to look forward to as last season. So it's kind of strange, you know what I mean? Last season I was really excited to see how I was going to end it. This season I actually have no idea how we're going to potentially end it, which is exciting because to me you got to finish the season i.e. on a cliffhanger or with a good story, do you know what I mean, a good moment. So that is something that I'm excited for. Either today's episode or tomorrow's, the finale, is going to set it up and it's going to be really good and exciting to go into the 7th season. So that is what I'm excited for. Last episode, the guys trying to relive their childhood kind of like moments, is he called Mr. Proton, was it? Somebody that Leonard and Sheldon looked up to when he was a kid who got him into science. They hired him to come round and, teach them a few things and relive their childhood memories. And Raj, put his faith into Howard and Bernadette to look after his dog, and he lost him in the park and he was going around shouting cinnamon all over, and somebody actually called Raj. He must have found his collar and, called, and he's actually got his dog back. Basically asking Howard and Bernadette, how's the dog, what's going on? They're kind of making up excuses, and then he picked it up and he was like, liar, you know what I mean? I've got him right here. And, he ended up being in a situation where Bernadette ended up shouting at him because it guilted them into feeling really bad that they lost the dog when it was safe all along when Raj got him back. So it was interesting because it was a reflection on them whether they would be good or bad parents. And Bernadette took the stance that, maybe we're not going to be good parents if we can't even look after the animal, where Howard was like, look, I know it's the extreme, but not everything you're going to get right straight away, you know what I mean? Sometimes you go through bumpy roads, and this is just one of them, you know what I mean? So I kind of get where he was going from, and it's a scary experience for them, but at the end of the day, everything all worked out good and nobody got hurt and the dog's back safe, so no dramas there. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you do, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Burbank Airport, please.
Vegas, here we come.
No husbands, no boyfriends, no rules.
Vegas!
The ladies are away, the boys will play.
I got a sexy new tube top that says come hither and a can of pepper spray that says close enough, Jack.
I got some old underwear I'm gonna throw on stage at the Garth Brooks concert.
I'm sorry, why old?
Because last time I saw him, I threw new ones and it got me nothing.
My helm of lordly might, my boots of speed, and if things get too exciting, my inhaler of asthma.
Savage warrior who will lay waste to all who stand before him. And I had a sensible salad for lunch so I can eat all the pizza I want.
Or are we gonna play D&D like a bunch of teenage boys who are never gonna have sex with those teenage girls?
Vegas, Vegas, Vegas!
The dungeon of Mavuska Higo, the dungeon of Mavuska Higo.
I'm actually glad Lucy had to work tonight. Saved me the awkward conversation about how I was gonna be hanging with my bros. I had this rule on the phone that if no one talks for 3 minutes, you can just hang up.
I'm not sure how I feel about Howard being dungeon master instead of you.
Oh, that's nice, but relax. Sometimes change is good.
You find yourselves in an overgrown old forest. And before you is a giant oak tree with a face on it that looks a lot like Nicolas Cage. Travel with caution. These woods are home to the bones of many a fallen hero. As good. Well, you just got pantsed in the schoolyard, Four Eyes.
Oh, Lucy's free after all. See ya. You're right, I should finish the game. I take my +1 long sword, stab myself in the face with it. I'm dead, I've got a date with a girl. Bye!
Suddenly, a spectral shape rises from Kuthrapali's bloody corpse and says, "Don't worry, buddies. Ghost Raj will help guide you through the forest."
Sheldon's loving it.
Go on, give him your lunch money.
To be fair, right, I was saying this last time he was playing when, well, Leonard was the Dungeon Master. I didn't even know that's what he was called. And I was basically saying, this game, Dungeons and Dragons that they play, it's all just made up. Do you know what I mean? Like, depending on where the dice roll and where you land, the Dungeon Master, i.e. Howard in today's episode, will create up a scenario of the next step. You know what I mean? And it could be a continuous game. I know that D&D is a massive thing, and a lot of people play it, but, you know, it's never really been in my life or my, you know, like friendships or anything like that. So I don't really know the rules. I just know that people who do play it are hardcore into it. You've seen it on Stranger Things, you know what I mean? But I've got to say that if you have the imagination to be in a game like this, you would want somebody like, well, how Howard started off anyway. If he could continue doing that throughout the whole game, it'd be really good. He'd make it entertaining. And he started off really, really well there.
I'm very happy you were able to hang out tonight.
Me too.
Not that it's up to you to make me happy. Well, unless you find neediness sexy, in which case you're about to have dinner with the hottest man on the planet.
Can I tell you something? I was so nervous about seeing you. Before I left my apartment, I put roll-on antiperspirant all over my body. I'd love to be able to tell the lady who cuts my hair that I don't like bangs.
I like your bangs.
Oh, thanks. I like them too.
I push my shoulder against the secret door to see if it gives way.
It does.
A swarm of bloodthirsty bats fly through the dungeon.
Okay, well, I have a sound effect for those sound effects.
What are you doing back?
That's an excellent question. Amy?
When we were going through security, I got pulled out of line for a pat down. TSA agent got a little handsy. I may have broken her nose with my elbow. I feel like such an idiot.
Oh, it's not so bad. You lost money, you're filled with shame, and you got groped by a stranger. I mean, that's Vegas. You nailed it.
Wait, I know it's not the night you had in mind, but why don't you guys stay and play with us? It's a big deal. Raj bailed, so we could use some extra players.
Well, I've just never played Dungeons and Dragons with girls before. I'll leave it up to the Dungeon Master.
A satanic fungus that looks suspiciously like Al Pacino rises.
Not playing D&D. This whole apartment is playing D&D.
He's actually really good in there. He's actually really good. Look at them all laughing. The thing is as well, right, is you can't... Yeah, the thing is you can't, like, stop your natural instincts, for example. Like, if you look back in there, Bernadette was the first to start laughing, and I think Sheldon's obviously laughing every time, and Penny, who's on the side of the arm, was obviously having a good time as well. Like, at the end of the day, sometimes things are just naturally funny, and like, and you see it in a lot of Friends as well, you know. Do you remember when Monica and I think are they playing a game where they're on a thing and she shouts like she's shouting like 6 or something like that. I can't remember the number now, and it sounds like she's orgasming, and if you look at the cast around her, they're all cracking up, like literally they're all laughing. It's just one of those things, like, you're not gonna reshoot that scene because it was actually so good, and having them laugh around is just natural. You know it's a good you know you got it when everybody else is having fun, because if the cast are having fun, you know the audience are. And so far, what a good dungeon master he's been. He's actually really good at impressions. You know, we should use it more because I don't know, it's just a talent, innit? It's like something. It's like magic. When he does it, I'm like, yo, he's good at magic. He does his impressions. I'm always like, he is good.
Oh, this isn't alcohol. It's a magic potion that makes me like you.
You find yourselves face to face with two hulking ogres. What are you doing in our dungeon? You shall die.
Okay, literal goosebumps.
I see we attacked the big one.
You know what? Give me the dice. I want to roll.
15 or higher.
16! Please tell me we're playing for money.
Oh, even better than money. You gained experience.
How are your crab cakes?
Kind of funky.
Oh, no, you've always wanted to send your food back at a restaurant. Here's your chance.
It's okay. I just won't eat them.
Well, don't be ridiculous. Waiter, isn't there something else you wanted to tell him?
From a different country. He doesn't understand our ways. I have to go to the bathroom. And it's not because the crab cakes are funky.
The first time we met, she was so nervous, she climbed out a bathroom window to get away from me.
How's she gonna get back in the window?
Funny story.
You killed my brother. Now Ogre Thanksgiving is ruined.
That is amazing.
19! This is turning out to be even better than Vegas!
No, it's not.
Long time no see. I'm sorry.
Why would you leave like that?
You were pushing me. I clearly didn't want to send my food back, and you tried to make me do it anyway. It's scary.
Yeah, well, I like you a lot, and that's scary for me. For one thing, you have bigger emotional problems than I do, and I find that very attractive in a woman.
Hey, I'm so happy that Raj is actually
I'm sweating
potentially in a
on my
relationship.
Dragon falls from the sky, crashing into the volcano. Crawls out, spreads his wings, and prepares to attack.
Get away, that way. Doesn't he say something first? You know, maybe in the voice of a beloved celebrity?
You'd think, after all these years, I'd know not to fly over volcanoes. I'm a freaking idiot.
And dragons, Christopher Walken.
Mate, because I'm walking what an
Amy, it's
actor.
your turn. We need one more hit. Finish him off.
It's a hit. The dragon collapses to the ground. Mother, is that you? Your little boy is coming home.
You guys, but I've been through the emotional ringer tonight.
Maybe the potion talking, but you are one fine-ass dungeon master.
He's sick in her.
When we get home, I'm gonna take you on a whole different adventure.
It's not happening anytime soon. Why don't your character and your character do it in the game?
I cast a love spell on Sheldon and Amy.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna.
And he's overcome with a desire to rip her armor off and gaze fondly at her 4 hairy breasts.
I don't like this.
See what happens when you let girls play D&D?
See, right, they actually done nothing wrong there, did they? But maybe it's the fact of the realization that Amy wants to take the next step with Sheldon. They've been together for, is it like a year or two now? I feel like it's like 2 years, and they've never actually progressed past the stage that they're in. You know what I mean? Like, it might be the realization that she might not be in a relationship that she wants to be in, which is kind of bad, isn't it, really? You know, you think about it. And obviously it's all hit her at once. It's kind of like the time they was playing bowling with Penny and obviously Leonard, and then she come to the realization after talking with I forgot his name now. Literally, I forgot his name. Will Wheaton. And she was like, mate, this is all too much, you know what I mean? This relationship is going way too fast. I don't know if I'm in too deep. And then obviously it all went downhill for a bit, didn't it? And it could be like that. They could have been cruising, then this moment just hit her and it's like, this is not the relationship that I wanted. And then obviously she had to back away. But other than that, I mean, what a great episode so far. I've really enjoyed it.
Amy? 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 Never knocked on my own door before. Well, I don't think our relationship is a joke. I think a horse goes into a bar, bartender says, "Why the long face?" That's a joke. Before I met you, I never had any interest in being intimate with anyone. And now what? I have not ruled it out.
Part of me wants more.
Look at us. It's only been 3 years. Here we are in bed together. My elven magic user and your half-orc warrior did have a love spell cast on them. While the others pillage the corpse, I lead you to a secluded area where I attempt to remove your leather armor.
I kiss you on the lips.
I kiss you back on the
Look at it.
lips as well.
I remove your armor.
I erotically caress your nose.
Keep rolling.
Hey, you guys have been in there for a while. You doing okay?
We're fine, thank you.
Sheldon is nibbling on my 14. Yes.
Yo, nah, I actually don't know if anything's actually happened here with these guys, but mate, I so badly wanted to. And the reason why is, well, first of all, they've been in a relationship for 3 years, and like, let's be honest, Amy's patient, mate. You know what I mean? Like, she is patient. Imagine being in a relationship for 3 years and not having any intercourse or any sort of what do you call it? Yeah, like intercourse relationship. It's crazy. Like, honestly, it really is. And I actually, like, the thing is, you have to understand is everybody in the world is different, isn't it? And at the end of the day, what's the easiest way to describe something is what's valuable to one person is might not be as valuable. You know what I mean? So like value for money to the other one. For a rich person, an iPhone, they could just throw it in the sea, buy another one the next day, throw it in the sea, buy another one the next day. It's the same. You know what I mean? Where somebody who's on a low-paid job, they could be working for a whole year to get a new phone. And when they get it, it's the best thing ever. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's the same phone that both people have, but the value's different. You know what I mean? It means something to somebody else. And it's like in a relationship, Sheldon just said that what we have is extremely intimate to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never really felt this way before. But, like, to another person, that's just, like, his feelings, how he feels, is, like, how someone feels after 1 month. You know what I mean? And they're like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you was in a relationship with probably 99% of the population and took it as slow as Sheldon, the relationship would probably be over. Do you know what I mean? But then you got to respect their opinions, because if they fully feel like they're all in intimate and at that stage, then you can't really knock them down. It's hard. And that's why I like how Amy's so patient with him, because you can see the natural progression getting closer and closer and closer. And you can see how his personality's changed, mate. It's massively changed. And he even had this conversation earlier on in the season with Leonard and Penny when he was sat down, and she basically said, will you and Amy ever have sex? And he said, look, the same thing here. I never thought about ever with anybody ever getting into that position. And she was like, and now? And he's like, and now I haven't ruled that out. And she was like, wow, that is... Mate, do you know what I mean? She was like hitting Leonard. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, he's just told her that. And to me, that is a big, massive step. It's like, I never thought about sleeping with anyone ever. And now I'm with you. I'm not saying that's never not going to happen. And it's like, wow, do you know what I mean? How progressive is that relationship? And, they was going through the thing there. I thought it was funny how he said, I caress your nose. And she was like, roll again. I cannot wait for them to sleep with each other. It's going to happen. I think it is going to happen. Maybe it happens tonight and we get the crazy end of the next episode. Do you know what I mean? Finale of everybody like loving it and having a great time. But this, personally for me, this is potentially the best episode of this season. I actually really enjoyed it. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's definitely in the top 3. I have to go back and look at the others, but right now, off the cuff, mate, it was really good. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I mean, what a good episode, in my opinion. How good is he, mate, with his impressions? It was the first thing that kind of drew me into his character when we first started. I remember him doing accents and doing different language. Do you remember when Penny first came over? I think she was having a shower at... in Leonard's apartment, and he basically was speaking Russian and in Chinese. He was saying it in different things, and I was like, mate, he's funny, him. Honestly, it really is funny. And then obviously we've gone through and he's doing his magic tricks and stuff, and he's done impressions here and there, but like today was just like an impression episode. He was going through different people. I kind of feel like he looks like Nicolas Cage a little bit, which sounds dead strange because I don't feel like Nicolas Cage ever had that bowl cut the way Howard has, but like the more I see him and how he was talking, he kind of reminded me of him. And I want to see, to be honest, the way they've done this episode, I would love to watch another episode like this. I don't know if you ever watched Community, the comedy like show like this, where he was obviously in a community college. I think they done one thing in maybe one of the early seasons. I think it was a paintball episode. I might be wrong. It might be a different one. But like, I think it's like a paintball episode. It was actually really good. And then he made it like a staple. Each season, they always had one paintball episode, and it was always decent. And like, I don't know, today, I actually thought this was very good. And the reason why I thought it was really good as well is because it wasn't just the guys and it wasn't just the girls. It was a team effort and everybody was getting involved. And nobody was kind of, pushing each person down, or nobody was saying, why are you playing some nerdy game? And nobody was getting too drunk where they couldn't play, like Raj went away. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was involved. It was really good. The impressions was funny. Everybody in the cast was laughing. I enjoyed it. And also as well, I totally forgot about Raj. I just mentioned his name then. Let's go back to his storyline. Lucy, she's awkward. She is awkward. And he was kind of pushing her to send the food back. But like, she backdoored it and he's gone out. And just had a heart-to-heart, and I'm actually really happy for him. He's kind of in a strange relationship, the way other people seen Sheldon and Amy's as a strange relationship. But the fact is, he's been in single and mute kind of for so long. Like, it's good to see him in this position and being happy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually really chuffed for him, really happy for him. I have no idea, like I said, how the season's going to end, but in today's episode, it was great. Didn't know what to expect, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I cannot wait for the finale now. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.